So the black-throated finch, it's a species of grass finch. It's native to North Queensland and it used to occur down to far northern New South Wales. Since European settlement, the range of the species has contracted. So there's currently two main populations left. There's one in the Desert Uplands region of Queensland, and there's another centre of population around the Townsville area.
No one really knows the exact reasons for their decline. Obviously, a key one, probably, degradation of their habitat through, agriculture. In order to try to, stop the species declining, we can maintain a population of these birds. It's really important to know all these questions around, what their diet is, what are the key parts of their habitat, why do they live in certain areas. So, the Black-throated Finch Research Project is a 5-year project for the Carmichael coal mine that provided an opportunity. Fortunately, Bravas gave us permission to do the PhD on the back of that, specifically looking at the ecology of the black-throated finch in the Desert Uplands region. The project has key aims determining the home range and movements of that population of birds in the project area. Why they're doing it is because there was a large population of black-throated finch in the project area, and obviously there was a lot of concern around the project's impacts on the finch.
It is a research program basically monitoring and gathering information on the population. So we're looking at a number of different features to do with the black-throated finch, their habitat, their ecology, their feeding, and just gathering as much information as we can for the species. So when we come out here, there's a number of different survey methodology and activities that we're undertaking. We do mist netting, where we colour band birds and put radio trackers on them. That helps with our population data and working out home ranges. We do 1 kilometre bird transects, surveying for the black-throated finch and then also recording all the other bird species. We do vegetation surveys within those 1 kilometre transects to try and quantify the vegetation and changes over time, with fire management as well. We do water source watches, trying to ID as many of the colour-banded birds as possible so that we can understand how they're moving across the site.
So these are very small birds, obviously little tiny finches and little tiny microtransmitters, and we have these arrays set up around locations where they're known to occur.
We decided to use the bioacoustic recorders as well because I guess this emerging sort of technology over the last little while in our area that allows us to automatically detect whether a species is in that area. So we can leave these devices out for 365 days a year. So it gives us that constant presence on the site effectively.
So if you were to put all of the data we're going to get end to end, it ends up being over a decade of audio data. So it's terabytes and terabytes of audio data. It's impossible to manually screen through. At E2M, we're using machine learning techniques to do this automatic call recognition. So currently machine learning is the gold standard of call detection in audio data. And there is a downside that you need a lot of training data in order to be able to train a robust model to find the calls. And therein lies one of E2M's key strengths, is that it's not just a data science exercise, it also needs a strong ecological knowledge and understanding of what the sounds are in the landscape to be able to accurately train the model so we can rectify where the BTF are in space and time.
So other things that we do, we just do a series of vegetation assessments aiming to sort of identify the key habitat characteristics.
Currently we're finding that they're favouring a couple of species in particular to construct their nests. So they make grass nests, and the nests are actually in multiple layers. I imagine a human would do the same. They line their nests with softer grasses, so like the fluffy seed heads of grasses where you can see them fly in from hundreds of metres away with these fluffy seed heads.
We know that the work that we're doing is quality and will have an impact on projects and approvals.
2.5 years into that now. There's still a lot of work to do, but we're collecting huge amounts of data, which is very exciting. Yeah, this is something that we are looking at. The bioacoustic technology has really good applications for monitoring. It's equally applicable to any other bird species. It's also used a lot with frogs as well. Yeah, it's a lot of work, but it's interesting and exciting.
So this machine learning model and tools that we have developed can now be repurposed in other environments for other types of species.